We start off here as Goku image trains and he imagines that Piccolo is the rival that he has to fight. Rather than that, the game teaches us how to collect food. The game also teaches us about emblem stuff, which is basically like match the aligning characters. Like you collect the emblems, you match the characters, you get bonuses. That's basically what it is. It also shows us gifting, apparently, that gifting uses rewards and stuff. The rewards aren't anything major through what I played in this 57-hour like stuff that I've played. The rewards compared to the rewards you get later on, it's just isn't major and it's well, it is worth upgrading the characters, but it's not worth upgrading them for the rewards, but rather upgrade them for getting your community emblems to a high level, because that's useful. Continuing on, we meet Chi Chi, we deliver her for food, and she's like, hey, you do realize that you have to introduce everyone to Gohan, right? All of your friends and stuff, Bulma, Master Roshi, and everybody. And Goku's like, I totally forgot. Everyone is shocked to find that Goku has a son, apparently, because I guess they weren't expecting Goku to actually have some good time with Chi Chi. Well, me neither. Well, me neither, boys. We do some perverted side quests, and Raditz appears right after we do some perverted side quests. After he appears, he takes away Gohan, and then a great dream team is formed. For anybody who watches early Dragon Ball, this is a dream team because nobody was expecting Goku and Piccolo to team up. But hey, Goku and Piccolo teamed up. So this was the dream team that everybody did not imagine that happened in this scenario. I know our child is in trouble, but we're gonna do some side quests. After we do the side quests, we fight Raditz and Piccolo. Basically, special beam cannons both of us right to oblivion so that we never come back from that dead hell that we're gonna be sent in. Though Krillin and the others basically revive us, decide to revive us off screen since they will get Dragon Balls and everything off screen. Vegeta and Nappa overheard about the Dragon Balls and they're like, you know what? It is time for us to shine as well. Piccolo takes Gohan to train with him. On the other hand, we see Goku training as well, as King Guy makes really bad jokes and bores him instead of actually training him. Nah, he actually trains him. That's the reason why he knows Kaioken and Spirit Bomb. Two Spars and Vegeta and Nappa have arrived. The Z Fighters fight Vegeta and Nappa basically annihilates everybody except Gohan and Krillin. I'm gonna be honest, the first time when I was watching Dragon Ball, the scene hit me. Because it was something that I wasn't expecting. It was something that was out of ordinary for me. It was something that I never thought would happen. I mean, I saw so many characters die, but watching Piccolo die hit different because I had seen this character since day one of Dragon Ball Adventures, basically, since that time. And like to see this character turning a new leaf and actually sacrificing himself and calling Gohan his first friend who he truly cared about was really sad and heartwarming at the same time because this is a character that had changed. And I knew Piccolo would be back eventually because that's how Dragon Ball plot works. Basically, like most of the characters that are the Z fighters, they usually come back to life, doesn't matter. So like I knew he would be back eventually. Yet this scene was just that impactful. I guess I don't know. It really left an impact on me, and I think that's why for a long time I did watch Dragon Ball, and I continue watching it up to the very end of Super. I guess I could say. So Goku's finally here to defeat Nappa, and in anime, Goku doesn't waste any time and defeats Nappa. In here, we have to obviously fight Nappa. That was the only difference between this and the anime. And with that, Goku defeats Nappa, and also Vegeta kills Nappa. And then we get into the first bout between Goku and Vegeta. Also, it's my favorite Goku vs Vegeta bout in out of all of them. Yeah, Majin and Vegeta vs Goku Super Saiyan 2 is also great, but this bout is just far better because this is actually when they were like fighting with their lives on their line. But that fight was more of who's better. That is basically what they were looking for. So that's the impact they had over there. And also, most of the first bouts between the rivals are usually what I would call really good fights because the second bouts are usually not that good. Like not like not that good. I mean, like it does not have the same impact as the first bout, I would say, because it's the first bout. The rival is actually like a menacing villain, or sometimes not even a menacing villain, just a normal rival, and that's basically why I love these first bouts between such characters, such and such characters. Well, in the second bout, usually, like, what happens is, in certain cases, not every case, in certain cases, you will have, like, the rival come back and team up with the main character. And in some cases, you'll have the rival basically defeat the main character in the first bout, and the main character comes stronger and defeat the rival in the second bout. And vice versa happens as well. So there's a lot of things that come into like whose bout, like which bout is comes as the better one. For me, it's the first bout between Goku and Vegeta instead of the second one. So in the first bout, we see Vegeta turning Ozaru. This is the only time Vegeta would turn Ozaru in out of all the bouts that he has with Goku. And obviously, because we never see Ozaru after the first bout, actually, because Ozaru becomes irrelevant for some reason, even though it's like most relevant shit I've ever seen. I don't know. But yeah, he basically becomes an Ozaru to fight Goku. Goku tries to get the Spirit Bomb going, but that doesn't work in his favor, obviously, because Vegeta is just like, you know what, screw you, and catches him as a big fat ape. With help of his friends, Goku basically defeats Vegeta. Vegeta is down battered, Goku is down battered, Gohan is down battered. Well, part of the reason that Vegeta survived the Spirit Bomb is basically that he is evil, but at the same time, he's not. There's a justified reason behind everything he's doing. Well, part of the reason is a Saiyan as well, let's not forget that, but there's also a good reason to why he's doing everything that, like, collecting Dragon Balls and everything. And that's revealed in the Namek Saga, obviously. But if you're looking at this right now and talking about it, yeah, like when you think about it, Vegeta is doing an evil deed and he should die, but he not from the Spirit Bomb. When you think about it, nobody has died from the Spirit Bomb except for Kid Buu. That's the funny part now that I'm thinking about it. Unless you're calling to movie villains, obviously, movie villains have died from it. But other than Kid Buu, nobody has really died from the Spirit Bomb. And Goku's most powerful weapon in his arsenal is not even worked against the mighty Frieza. Like, what? Anyways, that's the thing. And also, another fact comes in is that because there's the moon, Gohan grew a tail. He fell on Vegeta. He injured Vegeta, and he got him out. And also, Krillin was trying to kill Vegeta, but Goku didn't let him kill Vegeta because he thought that someday he wants to defeat Vegeta because he's quite powerful and he would be a great rival to him, obviously. That would be in Majin Buu Saga, which will be the final saga of this game, which took me quite some time. And I'll get to the ranting later on. But right now, I enjoyed this game a lot till this point, and I was just like, oh, I'm having so much fun with this game. And now we're going to get into the intermission. In intermission, I don't do much. I just do some side quests. There isn't much to do in intermission. And there's like this sort of a main quest, but not really a main quest, which is basically a side quest as well. So I just call it a side quest as well. It's an intermission quest. Let's just say that. So there's like this intermission quest you do. There's not much to do in all of these intermissions, except maybe level up your characters and do side quests, which I did. I did level up my characters and do side quests so that I would have no trouble going into the Namek Saga. Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma, all three of them come to planet Namek because of the Namekian Dragon Balls. Now, you want to ask, what about our Dragon Balls on Earth? Why aren't they using that to revive the people that died during Vegeta and Nappa ambush? Well, if somebody dies once, these Dragon Balls don't have the strength to do that because Kami never integrated that. That if somebody dies once and revived already, then you can't revive them again. And so, for that very reason, they have to go to Namek, where they will find Namekian Dragon Balls, which will basically help them revive their dead friends. So yeah, Gohan, Krillin, Bulma, all three of them have arrived here. But not only them, but there's also this evil energy that Krillin recognizes, and that's no other than Vegeta. While they're at it, we also see that some of the Frieza soldiers are also here to fight us for some reason. Though we make short work of the Frieza soldiers that we fight. On the other hand, Kui intercepts Vegeta, who has arrived on this planet, but Vegeta is like, whatever, come at me, bro, come at me. So yeah. On the other hand, we have Bulma, Krillin, and Gohan, all of them like basically trying to find us like a hideout so that they can be there for quite like for some time at least. And also on Earth, Goku is training and he's making a trip to Namek as well to help all the others that are on Namek, basically Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma, those guys. Find another major character in the form of Dende, who is in trouble, and Gohan basically goes and helps him by defeating Dodoria. And Vegeta senses that Dodoria is alone, so he basically goes to fight Dodoria, and that's when Dodoria reveals that Frieza actually destroyed planet Vegeta, and that's when Vegeta is like, I have more reason now to get those Dragon Balls because now I want to take revenge on Frieza for what he did. Vegeta encounters another person, and this time it's none other than Zarbon. Zarbon basically annihilates Vegeta by showing him his true form and just destroying him, alright? So Zarbon basically defeats him. And on the other hand, we have Krillin and Gohan who are basically trying to unlock their potential. First, Krillin goes and unlocks his potential, then he tells Gohan that he should also unlock his potential. So this unlocked Gohan potential will be nothing in comparison to Ultimate Gohan, which is in Buu Saga. That Gohan, that Gohan is built different. Vegeta basically recovers and he gets all the Dragon Balls that Frieza has, as you've seen in the earlier clip that I just showed you guys. So he recovers and goes to find the Dragon Ball that he threw under the lake, which Gohan got obviously. So he realizes that the Dragon Ball is no longer under the lake and he goes after Gohan pissed off. So the Ginyu Force are here. They are the elite force that Frieza have. And our first opponent is Guldo. Guldo is pretty easy to defeat. It's not a big deal defeating him. But then we fight Recoome, and Recoome basically destroys every one of us. We do defeat him in combat, but obviously that does not matter considering that Recoome is capable of defeating him. I mean, every one of us. Here comes Goku on our planet, and he just blasts off Recoome's whatever that is, bomber or whatever gun that he throws. Dude, that is so freaking cool. Like, honestly, even in the anime, Goku's entry is just amazing. The thing about Goku's entry in anime every single time I've seen Dragon Ball is like, whenever Goku enters, it's just something cool. He's so cool. That's just basically it. Like, whenever he enters a battle, there's something about him that makes him cool. Same goes with Gohan. Whenever Gohan enters the battle, adult Gohan, I mean, one who's mature, whenever he enters a battle seriously, it's cool to see him as well. Especially the coolest I've seen him was the Ultimate Gohan one, and yeah, that was also pretty cool. Now we fight Bertha and Chase as Goku, and obviously we defeat Bertha and Chase as well. Chase runs away, we basically follow Chase, and Vegeta is after us as well, following us, and we follow them to Captain Ginyu, and Captain Ginyu and Chase are together now, and Vegeta is like, you know what, now it's chance, so he takes the chance and runs away to find the Dragon Balls. And that also means that Goku is in the combat all alone. So, what do we do here? He tries to fight Captain Ginyu. Now, he's fighting Captain Ginyu, and Captain Ginyu is like, holy shit, Goku is strong. What do I do? How do I defeat Goku? Even Jason, this is like, oh, he's a lower elite like him should not be able to. Well, not lower elite, I meant to say a lower class Saiyan like him should not be this strong, but he still is. It's impossible. Everything is shit. Everything is going to shit. And I love Jace's accent, alright? He's Australian, and I love it. For some reason, Jace is Australian. God damn, I love that accent though. Yeah, like we have this whole thing going on in the background, and Vegeta is basically searching for Dragon Balls. Everything is fine until Ginyu decides, you know what, let's swap body, and he swaps body. So now Ginyu is Goku and Goku is Ginyu. That's what happened. We also see Nail fighting Frieza here. I guess he can do something. So after all that happens, Ginyu and Jace basically make it to the ship where Krillin and Gohan are waiting, and Krillin is like, "Oh hey Goku, you made friendship with Jace," but Gohan is like, "Krillin, that is not my dad." That is what Gohan says, and even Goku, in form of Ginyu, arrives right then, and he's like, "Hey guys, I'm Goku. I'm dying. Please help me." That is basically how it happens. And Vegeta is like, "Hey, if it's about beating Goku, you know what? I'm in. Count me in." And we have Vegeta joining us as well. So we have a bunch of people join us, and what do? We defeat Ginyu and Jace. It's simple. It's very simple. But then Ginyu's like, you know what? I want Vegeta's body. So what he does is he tries to change bodies with Vegeta this time around, and Goku's like, not today, and he changes his body. But this time he tries again. What does Goku do this time? Just throws the frog in front of Ginyu. Funniest thing I've seen. Frog Ginyu and Ginyu Frog. It's the best change I've ever seen. But on the other hand, well, Nail is dead. Basically dead. He's not dead, but he's basically dead. And also, Vegeta helps Goku in recovering. So he just puts him in the pod and he's like, yeah, you know what? Recover, bitch. I want to fight you. It seems we can't wish for the Dragon Balls, so we decide to go meet Grand Elder Guru. But he just sends Dende to us so that he can help us with the Dragon Balls. And Dende is like, you know what, I'll help you. And since Vegeta has taken a nap while guarding a Dragon Ball, which is totally safe, we basically decide to ask Dende to make a wish, and we wish that everyone who was killed, on Earth be brought back. So the Dragon Balls, the Porunga that appeared, right? Porunga is the dragon that appears for the Namekians, and Shenron is the dragon that appears for the Earthlings. So yeah, Porunga basically says that we can only revive one person at a time. So we wish that Piccolo be revived, since Piccolo is basically someone who can revive the Shinron Dragon Balls. So because he will revive and Kami will revive as well, and Kami's Guardian of the Earth, he is also connected to Dragon Balls. So yeah, that happens. And then right after that, everyone is heading towards the Dragon Ball. Everybody's mad that they are summoning Dragon Ball and shit. And we make our second wish. And our second wish basically is that Piccolo be warped to Namek. And now there's a third wish that we need to make. Vegeta arrives and he's like, "Oh, you know what? You messed up everything. Now Frieza's gonna come and kill us all." And basically, he is right, but not right really. So like Vegeta is like, we can't do jack shit now, and there's like, oh, third wish remaining, and he's like, grant me immortality. That way I can defeat Frieza. But before we can grant Vegeta immortality, the Dragon Balls run out, and we're just like, well, not Dragon Balls run out, more like Guru stops providing energy to the Dragon Balls. I don't know how this shit works because Guru was alive for quite some time, but the Dragon Balls turn stone for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So that happens, and then we basically Frieza arrives, and he's really pissed. He's like, great, no more Dragon Balls. That means no more lives for you all. And he starts basically killing everybody, starting with Krillin. He basically kills Krillin, but Dende is there to rescue. So that's why Krillin is safe. Though he does show like different variations of forms and stuff, and also Piccolo arrives on this planet, and Piccolo becomes one with Nail. If you guys didn't know, Piccolo will become one with Nail. That is correct. He becomes one with Nail, and right after that, he decides to go and fight Frieza. His power is definitely much, much stronger than he was before, And that means that he has a much better chance at fighting against Frieza. So here is Frieza, here is Piccolo, here is Vegeta, here is Krillin, here is Gohan. We have all the pawns on table. And here's the thing, Vegeta is stupid. Well, not stupid, but he is stupid. He thought he could take on Frieza. He thought he became a Super Saiyan because he's like, hey, Krillin, kill me, literally. Put me to a near death experience so that I get stronger. And he asks Dende to heal him, but Dende refuses. And Dende is like, you kill so many of my people, I want to revive you. I mean, I want to heal you. And Krillin is like, he's our best shot right now. And he's right, because Goku is healing right now, so Vegeta is the best shot. Piccolo can't keep up with Frieza, and Frieza keeps on transforming. He is having a new form every single fight we have. We don't even have a fight sometimes for new forms. They just appear out of nowhere. He has 4 forms. I had 2 fights in this whole thing. Are you kidding me? I didn't even fight. What was the Frieza? I didn't fight. I don't know. I think so. I didn't fight the third and the first form Frieza. Yeah, the third and the first form Frieza. I never fought those 2 Friezas. What? At this point, I started to think this game might be ridiculous for not doing that, because everything has been done in cutscenes, and I kind of started to realize that, oh no, things are being done in cutscene itself. I am not controlling all of this. This is bad. This is actually pretty bad, not gonna lie. Holy shit. Hopefully it gets better. Well, my suffering just gets worse. Well, it seems like hope was over. Vegeta was getting annihilated by Frieza, and that's when Goku arrives. Yeah, Goku making another great entry. So Goku comes back into the battle, and he's like, oh, strong dude, time to fight. So all this year, and Vegeta is explaining to Goku, like, dude, this guy killed all of our race. Do not spare him. For our race, do not spare him, please. He's literally begging Goku to actually defeat Frieza. And let me tell you, when I look at this scene, I find it funny how Goku tries to save Frieza, but Frieza just doesn't take it. Goku's like, here, have my energy by the end of this whole thing. And he's like, Frieza is just like, nah, screw you. I'm gonna attack you. And Goku's like, here, have my attack as well. It's funny thinking about it because, like, Vegeta begged him, basically, that, oh, please, kill Frieza for me. And he didn't say defeat, kill him for me, right? And, like, killing for a race, something like that. Like, and it's quite sad thinking about it, because Goku was about to spare Frieza even after all he did. I mean, I understand Goku's character is like that. He likes fighting strong dudes, and he likes sparing his opponent if it's necessary. He only kills if it's necessary, I mean. But, like, come on. Keep the man's wishes, dude. You could have killed him. You could have kept his wishes, but nah, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna spare him some energy so that he can live. I still find that whole scene quite stupid, honestly, because this was Vegeta's last wish, even though he came back. It was his last wish as he was dying to actually have a revenge and everything, and it just went down the drain because Goku's like, nope. That is all I was thinking about when that happened. I mean, he did attack Frieza back when Frieza backstabbed him, but that was because Frieza backstabbed him. That is basically it. Quite a stupid scene, honestly. Unnecessary, I would say, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, continuing on, Goku was finding a hard time fighting against Frieza as well, since Frieza is like super strong and he's like basically at his limits. And Frieza is like, hey, you know what? You can't defeat me. And Goku is like, you know what? I can't defeat you, but the Spirit Bomb can. And so he charges the Spirit Bomb, and he uses the Spirit Bomb to defeat Frieza. And that's what we think. But it turns out that Frieza is still alive. Villain. I genuinely, when I was watching the anime, thought that, holy shit, that is the end, right? Because Spirit Bomb is supposed to be like a final big move. Sure, it's like, in terms of wrestling, it would be like Imagine like keep using a finisher that has been like protected for years. You're about to get that 1, 2, and 3 count out, and then it just stops at 2.5. That's what the feeling is with Spirit Bomb. It's like supposed to be a really big move, a finisher move, but like it never gets the job done. God damn, it never gets the job done. Why doesn't it get the job done ever? Well, it did get the job done against Kid Buu. And if you consider GT, it did get the job done against Saiyan. Yes, I bought up GT. What about it? Are you gonna come at me? Come at me. I'm fine with that. Come at the comments. I'm fine with that. I'm joking, by the way. I like GT. I mean, I like GT, but I also dislike a lot of parts of it. So I like a lot of parts. I dislike a lot of parts of it. For example, you know what? I'll talk about GT a bit while I can because there's an intermission as well, and I've already talked about what's gonna happen and stuff, and you guys are watching this clip anyways. So the things I like about GT, honestly, is most probably designs for the dragons or in villains for general. I thought Android 17 was lame. Super Android 17 was pretty lame. That design was just straight up pretty lame for me. But if you're talking about villains, Baby Vegeta was freaking amazing. All the dragons look unique, honestly. Especially the last 3 dragons. Nuwa Shenron. I forgot the Ice Shenron's name. He looked pretty cool as well. Sai Shenron looked amazing. Or Omega Shenron later on he becomes when he absorbs all the negative Dragon Balls. So I also like the concept a lot of the whole thing. Like, oh, you're using a Dragon Balls too many times, so Dragon Balls have turned negative. It was quite an interesting concept that could have used good execution. I think that is what GT was mostly, right? Dragon Ball GT was amazing concept, bad execution because everything from the villains to the way that Super Saiyan 4 looked, transformation it had, everything looked quite intriguing. But that is my biggest complaint that you had such an amazing concept. If you just leave the Super Android 17 arc and look at Baby Vegeta and Dragons as villain, I think that GT had a lot of potential that was wasted with those. Again, I just said Super 17 is just a throwaway arc for me because it was like meh, whatever. But yeah, like these could have been really good arcs if only if they were done correctly, executed correctly. I think Baby Vegeta was still a decent arc by Dragon Ball standards. But at the same time, when we come to the whole Shenron arc, it wasn't that great, honestly. Except for the last few episodes of that, it was just whatever. Like, seriously, hate it. The other dragons were they had unique designs, but they're like whatever. The last few episodes, like I said, the Ice Dragon, I forgot his name, Ice Shinron, Noah Shinron, and also Sai Shinron. Those 3 were the most intriguing dragons in terms of how they were written, and that was about it. And now I've talked enough about GT. Let's get back to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. What happens after intermission? Well, we're about to get into the Android Saga slash Cell Game Saga, if you guys want to take that with me. And so we began with the Android slash Cell Game Saga, most probably my favorite saga out of the Dragon Ball Z sagas that are there. I honestly had exhausted all my energy to play Dragon Ball Z at this point. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot got so repetitive in the Cell Games slash Android Saga it kind of killed my mood. So I was playing some Company of Heroes, which I'll get to in the next video, obviously. But like, I was playing that game, and I was just like, I still want to complete Dragon Ball Z Kakarot though, because I wanted to get a video out this week, and I knew I couldn't get Company of Heroes out. So I was just like, you know what? Let's just complete Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. It is a tough. It is so tough to not get bored in this game. I'm trying to enjoy the game, okay, past the Frieza saga because everything is literally getting repetitive over and over again. I'm doing the same thing. I'm grinding, quests, same thing. I'm finding items, bringing them back. I have to kill, like, defeat somebody, can then get something. There's no uniqueness that I found in the first two sagas. I would say that I was trying to get into. I was just like, this just missing the uniqueness I was finding because it got so repetitive at this point that I was like, when am I gonna end this? Because I was just like, okay, Cell Game Saga, maybe I'll end it soonish. So I'll be honest, okay. I started this playing Cell Game Saga, I think so day before, or was it the before that day? I started playing it basically. I sat there and I was like, I'll complete it today, no issues. I'll complete it today, no issues. The game kept on going and going and going and going. Starting with Dr. Giro and Android 19, alright. We had those two. I'm not gonna count the Frieza thing, whatever. I'm just gonna go straight to Dr. Giro and Android 19. The Frieza coming back, Trunks killing, whatever. That happens basically. Trunks is from future. He's Vegeta's son. And then yeah, Dr. Giro and Android 19. Let's talk about that. When I got to that part, I was really excited because I was just like, okay, my favorite part is about to come. All right. Well, not about to come, but like my favorite part will be there in like an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours even. I was up there, so I was like, yeah, in 3 hours I'll get to my favorite part, which is Gohan going Super Saiyan 2. And I really had a script and everything ready for this shit because till now I was scripting everything, right? And I was just like, okay, I'll script every single thing up until the end of the game. But I just couldn't because I just got bored of the game. I stopped writing a script. That's how bad the repetitiveness was in this game. I'm not saying the game is bad. It may be somebody's taste, but not my taste. I have played RPGs, okay? And this is an RPG. This is supposed to be an RPG with all of those systems and stuff. It just doesn't go well with Dragon Ball. It doesn't. Oh, you'll be like, oh, what about Xenoverse? I don't consider Xenoverse an RPG, honestly. You could say it does have few of its elements, like character creation and everything. Xenoverse is more of a fighting game than an RPG because you basically select a level, go into that level, fight. You get to select your weapons, clothes, I guess, and your attacks, basically. Those are things you get to select in Dragon Ball Xenoverse. And I like that game, honestly, because you get to select a wide variety of choices. And obviously, there is a story being told. And I don't have to sit there watching cutscenes for like at least an hour. Yes, I sat and watched a cutscene for an hour. You know it's bad when I'm watching cutscene for an hour almost. Because literally, I don't get it. Like, maybe I'm exaggerating, but it felt like an hour, alright. Maybe it was a 30-minute cutscene and I'm exaggerating and it felt like an hour. But honestly, that's how bad my experience was after this because I was just there sitting, hoping that, okay, now I'll be there, now I'll be there. 3 hours in, nope. 4 hours in, nope. 4 hours, 5 hours in, nope. 6 hours in, maybe. I got into Super Vegeta 6 hours in. And I was doing all the side quests and stuff. I get it. But still, even with all of that, there are so many freaking cutscenes. You know, like there are so many freaking cutscenes just there. And I skipped a lot of it, and I still was like, where? Why is it taking so long to get to the Cell games? It takes forever to get to the Cell games. It took me almost 10 hours to get to the Cell games. It might even be 12 hours now that I think about it. It took a long time. I mean, it up to Frieza Saga, my whole experience, I would say, would have been about 9 to 10 hours. That alone was 12 hours long, the whole Cell games and Android Saga. It literally took me 12 hours to skim through all of this. And if I skipped cutscenes, if I didn't skip cutscenes, I mean some of the cutscenes, it would have taken me even longer. That is my issue. I don't have the patience to actually just constantly go do the same thing over and over again. This isn't Pokemon where I have to grind for like ages before I need to get to certain things or certain levels and like defeat a gym leader or something. This isn't Final Fantasy where I have to strategize my whole team properly. This is Dragon Ball. You're supposed to have fun fighting the villains or heroes you love. And that was my big issue with this game because it started off great, okay, and then it went downhill for me. Started like the second half of the game. Because the second half of the game, I almost took, I guess, 30 hours to complete. Because the Buu Saga was also pretty long. The Buu Saga also was pretty long, okay? So, just to give a gist of what I did in the Cell Saga, alright, the side quests, obviously. I stopped collecting the Dragon Balls. They give you emblems, basically. So you can defeat certain enemies, collect Dragon Balls during the intermission, and it basically helps you with like increasing your emblem things and everything. I really did not need it because I didn't max out all my emblems or anything like that. I just like got to 7 or 8 and I was fine with it. Um, but like I had so many gifts and stuff, so I just like distributed them among all the guys that I distributed in the emblems. I just randomly like selected people who I thought would be best in certain emblems, and I did that. So that's why I never went collecting Dragon Balls because that was boring. Because I have to go to the map, I have to go to a certain part of the map, go and search for the Dragon Balls, come back, make a wish, go out again, come back, make a wish, go out again, come back, make a wish. I basically had to do this like how many times I don't know. I don't know how many emblems are there. There's 7 Dragon Balls. I'd go collecting, come back to a different place, wait for the Dragon Balls to respawn, do that again until I get all the emblem sets. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. That's too grindy. I know RPGs are supposed to be grindy, okay? But I'm here to have fun, and this is boring, honestly. And you'll be like, oh, wait, Mosky, you know what? You're ranting a lot about this stuff and everything. And I warned you earlier that I would rant about this stuff. And I am right now. And yeah, you guys will be like, why did you play the game if you're bored and stuff? Like, you should have just stopped playing, right? Well, there's a good reason behind that. I wanted to get this video out. That is the main reason I was playing the game. And I freaking completed the game. Freaking hell. I think it took me like 50 hours or something to complete the game. But it was worth it, honestly. I've been recording for almost a week and a half now, I think. And it took me 50 hours to complete this game almost. Which is quite some time, honestly, for this game. Because again, I've been doing side quests. There were times when I had a difficult battle, so I had to do some of the battles again, which I didn't record because I was obviously doing a voiceover. So I was just like, I'd rather not make it any longer than 2 hours at max, because I remember my Phoenix Wright attorney, I messed up a lot of stuff. I messed up my recordings and stuff. So there were like 2 or 3 extra recordings, and it was so tough to figure out what was going on. So it became a 3 hour long video where I had to like figure everything out and like, I don't know, converge the recording and make sure that it was like, because I was trying to make it a 2 hour video as well, but it became a 3 hour video because of that. So this video, I was just like, I want to keep it below 2 hours, around 2 hours at max. So I made sure that some of the stuff that is like I'm failing and stuff, I just cut it out of this completely. But yeah, to put it simply, what I did in Cell games, I'll get to that now. First of all, Dr. Giro and Android 19, those two guys, they basically want to kill Goku. Goku has a heart disease that's which will kill him, and he has the medicine, but it seems that he hasn't taken the medicines that Trunks had given him from the future. So basically Android 19 defeats Goku due to heart virus. That is what happens. And Vegeta comes in for the save. Vegeta reveals he's a Super Saiyan as well, He defeats Android 19, and we move on to finding Dr. Gero. Trunks comes in and says these weren't the android that were in his timeline. The androids in his timeline were 17 and 18, which are obviously quite famous characters, especially 18. Seen a lot of Rule 34 of her. Anyways, moving on. We have our first bout with 18, or 17 and 18, obviously. And when we have this first bout between 17 and 18, Vegeta basically has his arm broken. Vegeta gets his arm broken in this whole scenario a lot. I don't know why people love breaking Vegeta's arm, but they do. I guess something to do with TN, because TN is he, remember, TN got his arm dismembered, so maybe that's karma for Vegeta. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, so that is one thing. After the bout, again, I'm skimming through the things that I went through in the Android slash Cell Saga, because I don't want to really stay here and record a long ass video, which will be like 3 hours long again. I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna keep it short, like about 2 hours, or maybe 1.5 hour at max. So yeah. I did, yeah. So Android 17 and 18 are there, but this time we also have Android 16, and Android 16's sole purpose is to kill Goku. With this knowledge, these guys just roam away in search for Goku while everybody else is injured. Well, obviously they're weaker than these guys, so they'll be pretty badly hurt, right? I stumble on my words a lot. Well, what happens after that, you will ask? Simple. Trunks finds something. Well, actually, Bulma finds something. Bulma finds a capsule and asks Trunks whether it's his capsule. And Trunks is like, no, I have my capsule. And that capsule contained somebody who is quite famous within the Dragon Ball franchise. And that is none other than Cell. This capsule contains Cell. And we don't know that yet, but we know it. Come on. Anybody who's watched Dragon Ball knows it. Anyways, that happens, and then we move on, and we find out that Piccolo has finally decided he's going to fuse with Kami and become his true self. I really love the line that Piccolo says, well, he becomes one with Kami in this game. I don't know if he says it in the anime, I don't remember, but he says that he's not Piccolo nor Kami. He's a Namekian who's lost his name. I really like it. It's edgy, but I like it. It's weirdly likable. All right. So that happens, and then he goes to Ginger Town where Cell is massacring everybody. So we make it there. Turns out Cell is much stronger than us, and Cell just runs away because obviously Vegeta and Trunks are there as well. So Vegeta and Trunks make it there, so Cell just runs away, and he's in search for Android 17 and 18, so that he could achieve perpendicular. I was about to say perpendicular. What? English is a hard language. Anyways, he's out there so that he can achieve the perfect form. So he does it. He achieves the perfect form. But before that, Goku awakes. Goku takes Gohan to the hyperbolic time chamber, and also takes Vegeta and Trunks there. Only two people can go at a time, so Vegeta and Trunks go first. So here's the thing, right? I think I forgot about this because when I was looking at this game and how this was turning out, right? This whole event was turning out. I was like, wait, did I forget something? Because I always thought that Goku woke up after, the whole TN tri-beam thing. I was wrong, actually. I did the research and I was wrong. Goku was always awake at that time because he woke up way before, and that's when he started doing training and stuff. It's like, all right, he was waiting outside hyperbolic time chamber when Tien was trying to like tri beam Cell. It was funny for me, and then I was just like, oh, that's me being dumb. I don't think that it'll be such a major error in the story, but yeah, that happens, and then Goku transmissions. Cell basically, yeah. Before that, let's get to that as well. I don't want to miss out on anything. Piccolo and Cell fight. Basically, not Piccolo and Cell. My bad. Piccolo and 17 fight. 17, 18, and 16 all come to Kami's house in search of Goku, but Goku isn't there. So Piccolo's like, you have to fight me first before I spit out where Goku is, and they start fighting. 17 and Piccolo have an intense bout, but it turns out Cell is there. He sensed Piccolo's energy, so he's just like, yeah, you know what? I'm here as well. I want to absorb 17. Turns out 16 is pretty strong, and he basically annihilates Force from Cell. But Cell takes full advantage of this and absorbs 17. Now, 16 was pretty strong, honestly, and I was just like, holy shit. And I first saw 16 like do all that stuff, right? I wish that he continued to be that strong, but well, Imperfect Cell just totally wrecked 16. Or, in other words, second form Cell. But I like calling him Imperfect Cell. So yeah, Imperfect Cell basically just wrecked 16, blew his head off, wrecked Piccolo, and was about to absorb 18, and that's when Neon Tri-Beam comes in. That is Tien Shan. Tien Shan? I wanted to say Tien Shinhan. I don't know why I said Tien Shan. Okay, whatever. Yeah, moving on. After the whole Tien Shan incident, yes, indeed. Again, I said it. Don't mind me. After the whole Tien incident that happened, Krillin was given this a remote explosive which could blow up Android 18, but he doesn't want to blow up Android 18 because for some reason Morpho is in love with her because she kissed him once, and that's all that took him to be in love with somebody. Damn, didn't know that Dragon Ball was so progressive. Anyways, moving on to that. He doesn't want to blow up 18 and tells her to just go live her life. And Cell comes in and he's like, you know what? Bitch your mind because Super Vegeta is there. Super Vegeta is wrecking his ass. We also have Trunks who's trying to stop Cell, but Vegeta is like, now you, and he basically defeats Trunks with a single kick. And Cell achieves perfection. I am skimming through this, so some of the things don't make sense. Like, why is Vegeta over there? Well, he was in the hyperbolic time chamber. He came out, he fought Cell. That's why. And Goku can go on and on training in the hyperbolic time chamber. But yeah, the whole incident happens. Vegeta lets Cell become perfect Cell because he wants to fight Cell at his full power, which is a big mistake because he gets wrecked by Cell. Trunks tries to fight Cell, but he realizes he's too heavy to fight Cell, and he needs to find a way to find proper speed and even proper strength because all he is right now is muscle and no speed, which is making him very slow and easy for Cell to dodge. So that is basically what Super Saiyan 2 is. It makes you strong, muscly, and it also makes you fast. So that's all there was to it. So he announces the Cell game since Trunks says that Gohan and Goku are training, and he announces that it'll be 10 days before it happens. And Trunks is like, why do you want to do that? And Cell is like, I just want to have everybody smell despair. Yeah, I said that. There was a reference to something else. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah. So Cell's just there talking about how he wants to see people in despair, and that's how we get into another intermission. Yeah, this is an intermission. You can't tell me this is not an intermission, alright? Because I had to go collecting Dragon Balls, for Christ's sake. I had to go collecting Dragon Balls that I can't even use. Why are you making me collect Dragon Balls that I can't even use? At least give me the use of the Dragon Balls. Oh, I hate the fact that I can't use the Dragon Balls, even though I collected all of them. Oh my god. Because I collected all the Dragon Balls, alright? 7 Dragon Balls, that's what they told me to collect. I did side missions side by side. And I hate it because I collected all 7 Dragon Balls and I can't use them. I can't use them because it's stupid. This game is stupid. That's why. Anyways, after that collection of Dragon Balls that we were sure that we can revive anybody that dies during the Cell games. So it's like, oh, whatever. We'll do it. It's fine. And we all arrive at Cell games. Well, there were a few things that I did before arriving at the Cell games as well. Like spending time with Chi-Chi. Oh yeah, smashing. Yeah, Goku smashed Chi-Chi that day as well, so that Gotenks would appear, right? And yeah, that's about it. There are a few things we did with Chi-Chi around here and there around. That's about it. Other than that, there really wasn't anything else. It was more of an intermission than anything. Literally, because there was literally nothing else you were doing but like side quests and like intermission quests. So like this was another intermission, it felt like. So we moved on to the Cell games finally, where the first bout, Mr. Satan takes the first bout, but gets wrecked, obviously, because he's a human. He's not any fighter or anything like RZ fighters. So Goku walks in. Goku fights Cell. I wish for an instant transmission Kamehameha, but I didn't unlock it, I guess, because I never had it. More like because I never got to the skill trees after that. This was the last time I actually opened my skill trees because all the skill trees skill that I needed, I already had it unlocked. I really did not need anything else. So maybe there was an instant transmission, but I just didn't bother. Anyways, so this continued on. We started fighting Cell. Basically, we both were going at it, and Cell wasn't even full power, but Goku was going full power. And he's like, well, I'm done. I can't fight anymore. And Cell's like, what? Why can't you fight anymore? Because there is a stronger fighter, and that fighter is Gohan. And I was like, I'll be honest, when I first watched this on TV, and I was like, Gohan? Really? Gohan? What? That is so stupid. Why is Gohan the main character now? Oh, maybe Gohan is gonna die. That's what's gonna happen. I I literally was like that. Like, yeah, I felt like that because there's no way they would kill off Goku for the second time. Yeah, that was crazy. Like just doesn't make any sense. Sometimes things that happen. But I had to. I was like, okay, you know what? Oh, Gohan it is. So Gohan steps in. He fights Cell. And then there's this small moment of Gohan being like, I can get angry. If I get angry, I'm getting stronger. And Cell's like, you're joking, right? it, that's what it feels like, the interaction between Cell and Gohan for the first time they were fighting, right? The first quarter fight is completely that. There's nothing else to put with that. I, what? I loved Cell as a design, like as a villain design. He most probably is my favorite villain design, all in all, because of how cool he looks in his perfect form. I think he looks like worst in his first form, and most probably the worst villain design in first form, I would say. Heck, even Frieza looked better in all of his form than Cell first form. He looks ugly in the first form. Second form, it's bearable. It's like it's a smashable face, like a punchable face. But the final form, that's perfect, indeed, I could say. So yeah, we have Cell who's trying to make Gohan angry, and Piccolo makes Goku realize he's not a good dad, but saying that, well, your son is thinking why his dad is stepping in, and well, Piccolo, because maybe you're more of a dad to go. Actually, no, you're more like a brother because you're like 4 years older than Gohan. Yeah, literally, Piccolo is like 4 years older than Gohan when you think about it, right? Because when the World Martial Tournament happened, he was 3 years old, and a year later, we had Gohan. So he's like 4 years older than Gohan. That's about it. So like he's like a big brother to Gohan. There we go. Let me correct myself. Anyways, that happens, and Goku is like, "Oh shit, my mistake, my bad. Give me Senzu Bean. I want to get stronger." And Cell is like, "Have some Cell Juniors instead of Senzu Bean." In the anime, this whole scene had an elevated tense to it because of how stressed out the scene was. Stressed out? Is that even the right word? I don't know. Because of how tense the scene was, I would say. Because, like, if you look at the scene, you have these, what do you call, junior cells, cell juniors, holding these sensu beans, right? And like kicking all these characters, Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Krillin, Tien, Piccolo, all are down. Like these guys are like hammering them and stuff. And Gohan is like, I can't do jack shit about all of this. This scene was much more impactful than what I saw over here. What I saw over here was us fighting the Cell Juniors. And then there's this small scene where like, we can't do anything. Why can't you do anything again? When you're clearly intact, You're not even that brutally injured. That's the thing I'm talking about, because the brutality that was shown, even in Kai, if you take it, or not even original, there's still this brutality that was shown, and it shows how strong these Cell Juniors were in comparison to the Z Fighters, and that's why that scene was so impactful. And over here was just whatever. It just doesn't feel impactful to me, because I don't get the satisfaction of killing those Cell Juniors that Gohan had when he first became Super Saiyan 2, because they just don't feel that menacing enough. Really. Then we also have the Great 16 speech, which I obviously love. 16 speech will always be the best for me. For me, personally, the best 16 speech was definitely the TFS abridged one. I never thought I would say this, but freaking hell, that speech rocks. But yeah, that makes Gohan go nuts and he becomes Super Saiyan 2. He kills all the Cell Juniors. He kicks Android 18 out of Cell, basically. And that's just Chad. He's like a Giga Chad over here. Gohan's like got no chills until Cell is like, I'm gonna blow myself up. And that is when Goku makes his sacrifice. And I was like, holy shit, this story took a turn. I loved the Cell Saga. It was so unexpected. So many things that were happening were so unexpected at that time. Goku instant transmission use, and then blasting everything on King Kai's planet, killing himself in process, killing King Kai, Bubbles, yeah, Bubbles, and what was the honey's name? I forgot the honeybee's name or bee's name, whatever that is. That guy as well, like killing all of those guys in general. It's that thing, the Goku cool moment where he was like, "See you guys later," and he's being proud of Gohan and everything. It just doesn't feel that impactful over here. That is the thing about this. Like, it feels very mediocre, which is not what it is. Because even now, when I go back to the scene, which I did go back to the scene and I watched it because I wanted to know whether I felt mediocre while watching that scene, and maybe my opinion has changed of Dragon Ball since I've watched so many anime since that time. And no, my opinion isn't changed at all, honestly, because I, I still had the chills when that scene played, but it just wasn't there. One of the main issues, maybe, that I had, because I felt that it might have been a thing, is the music. The music was just not right for that moment. The whole, when I go and watch Dragon Ball again, that music hits when Goku does that instant transmission sacrifice. The hit on that music is perfect and I love it. The Super Saiyan 2 transformation music, love it. I still love it in the game as well. It's just not as good of a transformation. Heck, I had so much fun playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3. That had a better music than what this one had. Honestly, because maybe it's just because I had more fun playing fighting Dragon Ball Z game. I just can't get into an RPG Dragon Ball Z game. Over the years, I've played so many fighting Dragon Ball Z games. I played Budokai 1, 2, and 3. I've played Budokai Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3. Yes, I've played Budokai Tenkaichi 1, the horrible Budokai Tenkaichi 1. It wasn't great at all in comparison to 2 and 3. I played that. I played Dragon Ball Z Infinite World, which is a lot of people consider to be like pretty average game, but I really enjoyed that as well. I have played Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I haven't played Xenoverse 2, but I have played Xenoverse 1. And yeah, there's a bunch of Dragon Ball games I have played over the years. Let's not forget Legacy of Goku is an RPG game. How can we not forget? How can I forget that? They perfectly nailed how to make that game because I enjoyed all three parts. Part 1 was kind of meh in comparison to 2 and 3. It's the weakest out of all, but I still enjoyed Legacy of Goku 2 and 3, and it didn't even need anything visually appealing. It's just a fun game to play. This game is visually appealing, but it's not fun to play. It's very repetitive. It gets boring really quickly because if I'm playing an RPG and I'm bored 9 hours or 10 hours into the game, I think there is a problem with the RPG because that's not supposed to happen. The grinds aren't supposed to feel boring. The quests aren't supposed to feel boring. The gameplay isn't supposed to feel boring. Yeah, I will criticize the gameplay as well because it's not a hard game to master, honestly, because well, when I played on hard, I did find it difficult. I was playing on normal this time around, but the gameplay is not that hard to master if you know what you're doing. There's a dodge button, there is the normal combat button where you like have a straight combo. There is no other thing. You can combo it with ki at most, but that's about it. Or your special attack. That's the most you can combo it with. While I look at Xenoverse and I go like, wait, but there's more with Xenoverse. Like, isn't both of them made by the same people or something? Because I see the artistic style that is very similar to Xenoverse. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments. I don't mind it. But like, doesn't Xenoverse have more combat variety and stuff than what this game had to provide in gameplay? And that's why I find the gameplay is boring as well. I also found the hordes mode quite meh because I was kind of just smashing through all of them, and I guess that's the point, but still, it's quite whatever, honestly, to me. But that's a DLC, so I'll get to that later when I do. But yeah, the Cell games, coming back to what I was saying, Cell comes back, he dead beams Trunks, kills Trunks, basically, and Vegeta gets angry. He starts to attack Cell. Cell is like, whatever, shoots Vegeta. Gohan gets his arm broken. He suddenly chooses to destroy this planet with a solar Kamehameha. Basically, deciding to destroy the solar system. And Gohan uses a one-handed Kamehameha. He just blasts Cell away with the one-handed Kamehameha because Goku is like, you got this, Gohan. With the power of his father, he does it. Yeah, power of his father, not friendship. For once, they went for family. Power of family instead of power of friendship, you know? Anyways, yeah, that was the thing that happened. And that was the end of the whole Cell saga, honestly. Yeah, I completed this whole in this thing in a single sitting, which was like 37 minutes long. No, this audio recording. Because I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. And I'll get to Boo Saga, and there's more rants coming in Boo Saga, and there's a bunch of rants coming in DLC because the DLC is bullshit. Okay, you can't tell me the DLCs aren't bullshit. The only DLC I really enjoyed, I would say, is the Future Trunks one. The Trunks, the Hope of Future. That's the DLC that I really enjoyed. Other than that, I can't really say I enjoyed any of the DLCs, honestly. Maybe the 24th martial arts, 23rd martial arts, which that was the name, 24th or 23rd, I forgot. But maybe that one I enjoyed a bit, but other than those two, I can't really point my finger at any of the DLCs. I didn't do the Prince Vegeta quest. I'm just saying in the DLC as well. I'll get to DLCs though when I do. For now, let's get to the intermission because there's an intermission again where we do side quests and stuff. And then we move on to Majin Buu Saga. So let me talk about Majin Buu Saga now. Alright, let's talk about Buu Saga, alright. Okay, what do I even talk about this? At this point, I was exhausted by this game, honestly, and I wanted to change games, but I wanted to get this video out this week because I want to get out these videos out pretty much weekly basis. But this video specifically, I wanted to get it out because I won't be having that much time since I have a few stuff that I need to do in my personal life as well, and I won't be getting that much time to play like massive, big, like 50-hour games, right? So I was just like, I wanted to get this video out at any cost this week, and I was just like, man, it's gonna take a while, but I'll do it, and I did it. Like, I sat today. Oh. I played all the DLCs today, actually. I sat yesterday and I did all of the Pooh Saga, right? And this Pooh Saga, it was surprisingly alright. It wasn't like what I was expecting because the Cell Saga literally exhausted me. And I had my expectations low because of how bored I was in the Cell Saga. And the Boo Saga surprisingly was pretty alright for me. I enjoyed playing as Goku Super Saiyan 3. I also enjoyed playing as Gotenks, because Gotenks moves, the moveset that Gotenks has were pretty weird, honestly. Because Super Ghost Kamikaze attack and everything, all of that stuff really helped out in big time, you know. I also enjoyed playing Ultimate Gohan since that's one of my favorite Gohan forms of all time. So yeah, there's a lot of factors that came in while I was playing this game, and the also thing was the refreshment of starting a new day and starting the game, right? So when I was playing the Boo Saga, I definitely had much more fun than I was playing Cell Saga, because Cell Saga I was constantly like having this back and forth of repetitive things happening over and over again, and I'm just controlling this character who is like I don't know. The character swapping in Cell Saga, I know it's not majorly there, but like there are very minimal characters I get to play as. That's another thing that I really don't like about this game, because the only characters I get to play as are Gohan, Piccolo, Vegeta, Trunks, and Goku. I think I got all of them. Yeah, these are the five characters I get to play as, which is very boring. Because what about the others minor characters, dude? I want to play the other minor characters that are in this series rather than the major characters only, right? Because this game becomes boring without those minor characters. That's what makes Dragon Ball Z great, because you get to pick every character from the character pool that will given to you. But these characters were given to us as supports, which makes me even more mad, because they have skill sets and everything, but why can't you just make them a full character? I don't understand. The best way to explain a story would be through fight scenes. And well, you could have these support characters just have fight scenes instead of being there in the background, just being cutscene cardboard. I really hate the fact that the only time these characters even appear on screen are the cutscenes and not like when you're actually fighting, because you have to use them as supports, right? It's quite annoying in my book. I don't want that, honestly, because again, these characters are, even though you call them like support characters or minor characters, they have been major in Goku's journey in general. Krillin is such a major character in Goku's journey, and he's a support character. Krillin actually played role in both Frieza Saga. He played the role in Saiyan Saga, the Frieza Saga, and Cell Saga. All three of them. And why would you make him a support character? Tien was a very important character in Saiyan Saga and Cell Saga, and even appeared in Buu Saga. How? I mean, yeah, they're supposed to be like side characters, but isn't Piccolo a side character as well? When you think about it, why would you give him the main character status if you're supposed to only give main character status, right? You give Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Trunks, alright, they're the main characters. Trunks is the main character of the future. You got Gohan, who's the main character of the Cell Saga. You have Vegeta and Goku, who are the rivals and main characters of the series, the mainstay of the series. So, why is Piccolo there? What is he the main character of? I know I'm ranting too much about it, but just imagine playing just these certain characters over and over and over and over again. Anybody would be bored, honestly. No, not only me. I mean, some people would enjoy it because they are their favorite characters and they get to play it as. But has somebody who plays a lot of RPG games, if they had to make a Dragon Ball RPG, why could they not just do something like Dragon Ball Online? If anybody has played Dragon Ball Online, just you guys know what I'm talking about. It was fun. It was an RPG thing, and it was an MMORPG, right? And they had things right. I think it's not the best out there, but it's better than the RPG I am playing, because this in nowhere is fun, I would say. This is boring, honestly, because doing everything in this game takes forever, and that is my biggest issue. And it's not like fun forever. It's like the most boring as 50 hours. These 50 hours feel like 100 hours. Not gonna lie. Because you're supposed to feel 50 hours, 25 hours if you're playing an RPG, right? Like if I'm playing Baldur's Gate or something, I wouldn't know where my time went. But when I was playing this game, I was like having a hard time just keeping up with all this shit because I'm just like, when will it end? It's just keeps on going for no reason whatsoever. That's why I'm grateful the Boo Saga ended quickly because like it did not took me that long when I was playing yesterday. I think it took me about 4 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, I guess. I guess. I'm not sure. I also grinded a bunch, so that took another few hours off my list. Like I grinded for like 2 days. I don't know how many hours I played in those 2 days, but I grinded. And then like I played the Boo Saga because I didn't want it to be sitting there and failing my shit. So that was another thing. You have to grind your ass off to make sure that you don't die from these things. And then I'm just like, oh wait, what's next? Well, the next thing that was on my list was Gohan becoming a great Saiyaman and scoring a chick. I wasn't expecting that when I was watching this series, and I was just like, oh, that's cool actually. That's actually pretty cool. But yeah, like this whole saga was about Gohan unleashing his Super Saiyan 2, because obviously he wants to defeat Spopovich. Spopovich basically battered Waddell to almost death and defeated her, and Gohan is really pissed off at that. So he's gonna try and defeat Kabuto, but Kibito, I don't know what his name is, Kabuto, Kibito, something like that. So yeah, so we also know that Supreme Kai is a god, like some kind of god. I don't know, greatest god, something related to gods, related to god of destruction. If the Supreme Kai dies, the god of destruction dies. That's basically how it is. So that was another thing that was really the reveal that there is a Supreme Kai over here. And Goku is like, who? Piccolo knows who he is, but yeah. Then Goku remembers, oh, King Kai told about Supreme Kai. So yeah, there's that whole conversation that they were having. And Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2, Spopovich and Yamu take energy from Gohan. They take it to Babidi, and Babidi basically pushes that energy into Boo's capsule. And Dabura spits his saliva on Piccolo and Krillin. Yes, that's exactly what he does. He also kills Yamu and Popovich. And after that is done, Goku, Supreme Kai, Gohan, and Krillin. Oh yeah, he also kills Kibito, right? Yeah. But anyways, Goku, Vegeta, not Krillin. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Supreme Kai all go into Babidi's base. The first guy they fight is Pui Pui. I think so. That was his name. He gets wrecked by Vegeta basically. Second guy to fight is Yakon. Goku destroys him. The third guy to fight is Dabura, and Gohan tries to defeat Dabura. But instead, Dabura goes away and finds out that there is somebody with evil intent in their heart, and that is none other than Vegeta. Vegeta becomes Majin Vegeta and has decided to take on Kakarot, or in other words, Goku. So Vegeta and Goku have their own bout going on right now, while Gohan and Supreme Kai make their way down to figure out what they can do against Majin Buu whenever he is released. They reach there while these two are fighting, and this massive energy from all this fighting is gathered into Majin Buu, and it's going to like bring out Majin Buu at any time. So what Gohan does is Kamehameha the whole thing, but it doesn't work, and Boo is formed from just pure cloud. And we have Fat Boo. Fat Boo is my favorite Boo, apparently. Yes. A lot of guys love Kid Boo. I love Fat Boo. Fat Boo is just straight up cute, and nobody can take that away from him. He deserves all the love. He deserves all the candies. He deserves all the chocolates. He's the best Boo out there, alright? And nobody come at me with that shit. Alright, I'm gonna shut you down right over there by just start telling you all the advantages of Fat Boo, alright? But yeah, Fat Boo is just amazing to have. Great. He's a great companion, he's a great friend. He's just so cute in general. He's so chubby. I love him. He's great. Yeah, I'm talking like I would pet his head. I would do that if I got chance. Anyways, yeah. Fat Boo gets released. Fat Boo makes Deborah chocolate, and eats him. That frees Piccolo and Krillin, obviously. In anime, Trunks basically breaks Piccolo's statue, so it's funny when Piccolo just comes back together when Krillin is like done, and he's like Trunks is like, oh shit, I broke Piccolo's statue, and he's like, oh, and Piccolo just regenerates, and he's like, huh, what the hell? It's funny. I love that scene. But yeah, like Vegeta basically knocks out Goku, knowing that Gohan and Supreme Kai are basically dead or their energy is non-existent to them. So Vegeta goes in his Majin form to stop Buu, isn't strong enough to stop Buu. Goten and Trunks come to help Vegeta. Well, small Goten and Trunks, because we are like 7 years into the future, right? So Goten and Trunks come to help Vegeta, but it doesn't work out since Vegeta doesn't want them to get harmed. So he knocks out Trunks in a very heartwarming scene, actually, where he really like hugs. He actually hugs his kid for the first time in his life, and like it's just so heartwarming to see that because you see, Vegeta's character development throughout the whole series was something that is always pointed out. And I agree, the man got a massive character development since day one that he has appeared. Goku has been a very one-dimensional character, but Vegeta is very, very well-written character, actually. When think about it, this is mostly been Vegeta's story, right? He's the one who has always wanted to be on top, always wanted to have this time where he's praised for everything, right? But then you have Goku, who's just like super strong and always one step ahead of Vegeta always. And this whole storyline is just amazing between Goku and Vegeta because it's this rivalry is just that good for me because I can't explain in words what it means when these two are on the screen as rivals or even friendly rivals. They match each other's energy perfectly. That is the best way to put it out there. Anyways, moving on. Vegeta does the final explosion. He sacrifices himself. Piccolo gets Trunks and Goten's out of there. And after the explosion, Piccolo goes to check on the side by giving Trunks and Goten's to Krillin. So when he goes back to the side, it turns out Majin Buu is forming again. And it's not over yet. And we are like, oh well, beginning of the end. So that's what happens, and then we are back at Kami's lookout where everybody gathers, including Goku, because Goku can't sense Vegeta or Gohan's energy. He asks Piccolo for what is happening, why is this happening? And Piccolo explains to Goku about the whole situation that just happened. And Goku is like, we need to teach someone the fusion dance, which he learned from Metronoma. I think so. That was the race name. But yeah, like we get the fusion dance, and Goten and Trunks were the perfect candidate for it. But before that, we need Dragon Radar. So Goku becomes Super Saiyan 3, fights Majin Buu. Super Saiyan 3 is another great transformation. I think Super Saiyan 3 is most probably second best transformation in my book because the best transformation will always be Super Saiyan 2 for me. Just the pure fact, the impact it has, right? I'm not saying the Super Saiyan 1 was not impactful or anything like that, but 2, it was the pure fact that there was an android that gave the speech. Everybody is dying. Your Earth is in trouble. It's like everything is online right now. And then there's this android who talks to Gohan, who tells him to just let it go. There's just so many things about Super Saiyan 2 I love. Super Saiyan 3, though, it's just pure screaming. I love the pure screaming of Super Saiyan 3. But yeah, that was another one that I really, really enjoyed watching a lot as a kid. Just watching Super Saiyan 3 Goku in general be on screen because I remember watching Rat of the Dragon and being like, holy shit, Dragon Feast, okay. The Dragon Fist looks really, really good because the way Goku uses Dragon Fists is just great for me. And I'm getting off topic again, I know. Just in general, I just don't have anything to say at this point because at this point I was exhausted. I didn't pay attention to what is happening, and I was skimming through everything. I literally was skimming through everything. I just was done, and if there was a cutscene that was important, I would just play it and watch like something on my mobile or something. That's just like whatever. I don't care at this point. But yeah, like Majin Buu basically is right now under Babdi's spell, but he soon takes out Babdi as well. Because why not? And then we also have this very weird, strange friendship developing between Majin Buu and Satan right after that, which is weird again because he gives him chocolates with poison, and he's Majin Buu's like, yummy. And there's a lot of things. I love their chemistry as well. Satan and Majin Buu, they just match each other's energy well. Another chemistry matching. Great characters. Anyways, after Satan gets shot, Majin Buu releases the evil side of him, and the evil side makes him chocolate and eats him. After that, the evil side goes up ahead, destroys everything from Kami's lookout, and Goten and Trunks take him to. I mean, Piccolo takes him to Goten, Trunks, and Hyperbolic Time Chamber. We fight as Gotenks against Majin Buu, and basically we are overwhelming him. And Piccolo is like, "Is there no other way you can defeat him or anything?" And Gotenks is like, "Time to play pranks," and he plays a prank saying that he's very weak. He can't do anything about the situation. He's out of energy. Piccolo destroys the chamber, and that's the most hilarious thing that does. Because Gotenks is like, what the hell? Why did you do that? And Piccolo is like, didn't you say that you didn't have anything? And they're just bickering at each other. And Boo just opened this dimension, and I was just like, what the hell? What is going on here? How? Well, first time when I was watching this, I was just like, huh? These are things that are possible? And then Gotenks becomes Super Saiyan 3 and opens a dimension. Then we have a fight of Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 and Majin Buu, which goes on for quite some time until the fusion expires and both separate. And Majin Buu is about to kill them. That's when Ultimate Gohan appears. It seems that Gohan was in another world the whole time, where he met Goku and broke a sword, and from the sword came Elder Kai. The Elder Kai did weird dance, give Gohan power up, and Gohan is your crazy. But yeah, this was another cool moment for me because Gohan went head to head with Buu, and even Piccolo was like, "Holy shit, Gohan, you're more confident." Yeah, obviously he's more confident. He's much stronger, and it showed. He fought well. He defeated Buu, and Buu tried to self-explode. So Gohan decided it's time to like take everyone at just run away. And so he does. He does, and he finds Satan and Dende on the way. Well, Boo is alive apparently, according to Gohan, and he'll soon find them. And Boo does that. Boo does that. He finds him. Well, this is Super Boo, by the way, I'm talking about. Yeah, Boo does that. Boo finds him, and Boo basically swallows Piccolo and Gotenks. So now Gon is having a hard time defeating Super Boo, who is Gotenks form. And I feel like I'm just telling the Dragon Ball story at this point, right? Because I already told my experience with this game and I ranted about it, but this is just Dragon Ball story at this point. But yeah, like Gohan is having a hard time against Gotenks. Boo version of Gotenks, and Elder Kai sacrifices himself for Goku, and Goku's given the Potara fusion, like Potara fusion earrings. He wants to fuse with Gohan, but before that, Gohan gets absorbed. So Goku takes the Potara and appears in front of Vegeta. So Vegeta basically doesn't want to fuse with Goku for obvious reasons. Like, come on, you know Vegeta wouldn't want to go with Goku, and Vegeta is like, you know what, screw it. Since Goku points out that Trunks and Bulma were also absorbed by Buu, so Vegeta is like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, and he does it. He becomes one with Goku, and it's Vegito. Vegito is probably the most fun character to play in this game. I enjoy it, but it's sad because I think I just played it once and I was just like done with that. And I wish I could play more of Vegito, but yeah, I just uninstalled the game after I was done playing it. So I most probably won't be playing as Vegito. But man, it was so fun to play Vegito. Even for a few seconds, I enjoyed it. Well, not seconds, but I think so it was like 2 to 3 minutes at most that I played Vegito. He was really fun to play though. I just enjoyed way too much of Vegito over here. Vegito Rex Super Boo, it's not a big deal. Super Boo like gets absorbs Vegito, but Vegito puts on a barrier, and basically they both separate for some reason because the Potara fusion couldn't hold on or something. I don't know. But while they're inside, there's this whole scene in the anime which I really wish they could elaborate the insides of Boo because that was such a cool scene to watch in the anime, right? Like there were like 2 episodes or something for that, or 3 episodes, I don't know. But like the whole thing, like inside Boo, you have this whole like what poisonous straight acidic thingies coming. I don't know, gastric acidic thingies. Yeah, I think so. I said it right. I'm not sure, but yeah, like you had all these shit coming inside him. There are like various types of flying mouths and stuff inside him. There's like various bolts and stuff that Goku and Vegeta make. It's weird. Boo's insides are weird. Then you have this cool moment where like Goku and Vegeta go and cut off Gohan, Trunks, Goten, Piccolo, all of those guys from there, like causing Super Buu to like totally like take it off. And we move out of them, and Super Buu like steamrolls everything and becomes Kid Buu. Kid Buu is actually not that strong, apparently. I was reading some of the things like lore wise and stuff, right? It turns out Kid Buu wasn't as strong as Majin Buu. Majin Buu is stronger than Kid Buu and Super Buu, apparently. I did not know that actually. Well, not as strong as Super Buu Goten's or Super Buu like Gohan. But in Buu versions, it turns out like Fat Buu is most probably the strongest Buu that we know about because even the gods know about him. And he was formed by a Kaioshin, if I'm correct. So like, or Supreme Kai, in other words. So like, there's that factor as well that he is technically a god. So yeah, there are parts of your iffy and stuff. But yeah, and that's one of the things that I realized while I was reading some of the lores. And if Goku was actually at full power, which he wasn't at full power at all times during this whole stage, if Goku was at full power, he most probably could have defeated Kid Buu, but he didn't have enough energy to defeat Kid Buu, because reasons. I don't know, plot reasons. Anyways, Kid Buu puts on the whole dead ball thing, a planetary ball, explodes the planet. Goku tries to instant transmission people out of there, but he could only get Vegeta, Satan, the dog, and one more guy, Dende, right? Dende. Those are the guys he got. And he couldn't instant transmission in time, so Supreme Kai comes in and saves him. So both of them all of them are saved now, but Vegeta is pissed off that he couldn't save the people that were trapped inside Buu. Piccolo, Gohan, Goten, Trunks, those guys. So he's really pissed at Goku, and that's when Kid Buu comes out to play with Goku. Now, in anime, if I'm correct, Kid Buu goes to different planets, and Goku and Vegeta try to raise their power so that Kid Buu can come to that planet. That's what happens in the anime, but they didn't do this in the game, so I'm not complaining about that. I think so. That seed was like, yeah, that is there, but it's fine if even if it's missing. It doesn't really have that much effect on the story. So the spirit bomb is forming. Well, spirit bomb forms later on. That's way too early. We go Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan 3 is pretty strong against Kid Buu. We fight with him, but it's really not having that much effect since our energy is low. So Goku says that he's low on energy, and Vegeta says that it's my time to shine. So Vegeta Eater. This is one of the things I loved about Vegeta and this whole scene, especially in the anime. it was so different. It struck so different to me because of how Vegeta admitted that Goku has always been the guy who is always ahead of him. Didn't matter what it is, and he admits defeat at that point. He doesn't totally admit defeat. He still wants to be stronger than Goku at some point, but at the same point, he has admitted defeat. That whole thing becomes like from an enemy type of rivalry to a friendly rivalry, which makes him different. And I like him as a character a lot due to that because we seen this progression from Saiyan Saga to Buu Saga, and that's why this character was well built because we have been seeing Vegeta develop every single episode since Saiyan Saga, and that's what makes a good character, right? Good writing is needed, and he developed in each and every saga in his own ways. And that is why I think so. Vegeta is still one of my favorite characters of all time in Dragon Ball universe, I would say. I would say my first is Gohan, and will always will be because I was a Gohan fan back because of the Cell Saga thingies that happened, and it was just nostalgia based. It's just nostalgia bias that I have. But Vegeta is definitely my second best if I had to choose one without nostalgia and everything. Anyways, moving on, after all that happens, Vegeta tries, but it doesn't work. And just when it seems like Vegeta was about to get pounded, Satan interferes and Majin Buu, the fat Buu, gets thrown out from Kid Buu. So apparently, Kid Buu is now pure evil, since the good part, that is the fat Buu, also comes out from Kid Buu. And because Kid Buu was harming Satan, the Fat Boo decided it's time to take on Kid Buu, and they both fight. Again, why couldn't you give us a Fat Boo fight? It's there, right? The support from Fat Boo is there, so why couldn't you give us a Fat Boo fight? You literally showed us like Fat Boo hitting Kid Boo and stuff. You have shown us Fat Boo's attacks and stuff when he was fighting Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So why couldn't you just give us that fight? You could have the monologues and stuff, the dialogues and stuff appear on screen and just have him fight, right? It's not that difficult, I'm pretty sure, since you already have the character and everything on that. This is my biggest complaint about the game because it's not like I'm playing Goku all the time, but it's not like I'm not playing any other characters other than Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Trunks. Not even Trunks actually, not even Piccolo. It's Goku, Gohan, Vegeta. Those three mainly. What? By the end of the game, my Goku's level is 250? 257. And my Vegeta's level is 226, I think. That's because of the DLCs though. My Piccolo's level is also like around 150, 170 because I leveled him up as well. And Gohan's level is around 100. So like there is this whole thing. Like I always think like who had the brilliant idea to have 300 levels in this game? Because I hate grinding. That's my biggest thing about RPGs. Like grinding is not fun, and when the game is grinding is fun, I thoroughly enjoy that RPG. For example, Legend of the Cold Steel, Trail of Cold Blade, wait, Legend of the Cold Steel. I don't remember. Legend of the Heroes, Trail of the Cold Steel. There we go. I don't know why I said Legend of the Cold Steel, but you know what I'm talking about. That game is pretty fun. It's an RPG game. It has story in it. It is well orchestrated story. I invested around 70 videos just playing the first part. I think there's 61 videos on the first one, and 68. No, I think it's 70 for the second one. Yeah, but I played both the parts, and I have like 140 videos on that. I enjoyed that game A to Z, and I was playing that on my shitty computer. But I didn't expect this game to like be such a bore, really, because when I played it, I never went past the Cell Saga because always reached the Cell Saga, right, in my streams. In even when I was recording, I always reached the stream saga. Yes, the Saiyan Saga. Oh my god, the Cell Saga. But I never went past it, and I never knew what this thing had in store because I never completed the Cell Saga. I was just like, uh, okay. And it's not like I'm playing this for the first time. I'm playing this game for the third time now from the start. And I think the first time I would just purely play it off nostalgia base because I'm just like, that's great. I feel great while like reliving this all these moments. But after that, would I really continue on playing this game for the second time? No, I don't think so because that's where it ends. That's what I think so has happened to me right now because I'm playing this game for the third time. I just don't feel the same way I was playing the first time. Another thing about the game I would say is it looks great aesthetic wise, but there's just something about it just that just doesn't flow well for me with this game. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't flow well. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, we create a spirit bomb. We throw it on Kid Buu. Obviously the wishes were used by Puranga. Were to like three wishes were used from Puranga. One was to revive everybody on Earth except for those who are evil. Before the tournament, that is. And second wish was the what was the second wish again? I don't remember what the second wish was. Oh yeah, first wish was to recover the earth in its original state, and second was the people, revive the people. That was except for the evil ones. That was the second wish. As for the third wish, I'm not gonna go through sit through what happens and everything. I'm just gonna say it like third wish is just basically Goku getting his energy back while using the spirit bomb. People give the energy thanks to Satan. Vegeta tries to convince the people, but it doesn't work, so Satan gives them the big nod, and we get it. We have this cool moment of Goku throwing the spirit bomb at Kid Buu, and this has been done millions of times, and I've seen it's been done in Xenoverse. It's been done in Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. It's been done in Dragon Ball Z Budokai, Budokai Tenkaichi. It's been done in Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. And was it done in Burst Limit? No, I think the Burst Limit ended at Cell Saga. I can't remember. I think the Burst Limit ended at Cell Saga. I don't think so. It was done in Burst Limit. But there was a bunch of Dragon Ball games that did this thing. So there were a lot of Dragon Ball games that did this similar thing, and they were all done better than this, honestly. Again, I think so. The coolest thing about this whole thing was the music because I love the Chala Head Chala. Come on, man. Who can't love that music? That was the only thing that I loved about the thing. Otherwise, it was like a pretty, yeah, I liked it type of thing. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I liked it. It was a good end to the game. Or so I thought. Just when I thought the game would end finally, there were DLCs. And I was like, since I made it this far, let's also play the DLCs. I started off with Bardock's DLC. Boring. Let me tell you. Hordes, hordes, hordes. Frieza. That's how my fights went. Why am I just fighting hordes? I literally am fighting hordes, 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 and Frieza. Has to be the most boring as shit because you're pretty much beating up the hordes, and the only challenging part is Frieza, and that's not even challenging. What? Kind of stupid, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Then I was just like, okay, since we are doing it chronologically, then it would only make sense to go with the tournament one, 24 tournament. So I did, and I actually had fun for once because this was so much different because you didn't have to get knockout, like you didn't have to get rang out or anything like that, right? So the first part was like whatever to me, like the whole Demon King Piccolo versus Goku was whatever to. I love Dragon Ball, right? The original Dragon Ball, and I love it a lot. But I was exhausted at that point, and I was just like, I don't want to see this. But as soon as the tournament started, I think so that was when I was like, oh, this is pretty cool because like there were specific tournament rules which did not activate for some reason because there were chances for me to fall off the ring, but I never fell off the ring, so it was just like, really? So yeah, that was my reaction for sure. But that also means that we also got to fight big ass Piccolo, dude. Dude, big Piccolo, we had a giant fight for crying out loud. That is what I have wanted. A giant Piccolo versus Goku. I will take that any day, okay? That was a great fight. I think so that was the top highlight of the tournament. Then chronologically, it would only make sense that I would go for Trunks' storyline, and I loved it. It's Trunks' storyline. What else do I need to say? Gohan is there, Trunks is there. Gohan dies, Trunks becomes a Super Saiyan. I just love that story. It's amazing. I loved everything about it because it's this is what I love about Dragon Ball, right? There wasn't anything like side questy that is way too tough to handle, right? Or something that's just like go and find this. And even if there was like one or two, there wasn't many. Most of the things were done resolving fighting, and there was a stealth mechanic. You had to be careful. Be careful from androids. Like they're scouting the area, so you have to be careful. You have to choose specific routes to go out of there. I like that. It was something unique, and I liked it. I think the second half fell off for me though, because the second half was just Trunks coming back to the future, dealing with the androids, dealing with Soul, and that was the end. That's pretty much it. The second half definitely fell off for me, but the first half I loved it up to I would say when Trunks becomes a Super Saiyan for the first time. Yeah, I love that part. Then we move on to, if I'm moving chronologically, the Super Saiyan God one. This one I have mixed feelings about this one. I had to grind through that one. I had to go through like different levels and stuff, and then I finally reached level 250 doing all that. Let me tell you something. I wanted to see Vegeta Super Saiyan God, and that is the only reason I would have played the whole of that. Because freaking hell, I did not know that we could see Vegeta Super Saiyan God there and have him fight Beerus and have such a cool shit with Vegeta, dude. See, I don't mind Goku Super Saiyan God, but come on, dude. That Vegeta Super Saiyan God with the final Shine attack is freaking amazing. I love that. Alright. I didn't know that they had Final Shine, but they had Final Shine in this, and I freaking love that. Let's also talk about Super Saiyan Blues while we're at it. The last DLC that I played. It was alright. Nothing special about it, except for the Horde part. Oh yeah, did I mention the Bardock one had like something around 800 crazy counts of hordes? Yeah, what? Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Anyways, uh, Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Coming back to that, it was alright. It wasn't anything special, major. I had to go through another horde fight, which is boring for me, but yeah, that's about it. I leveled up Piccolo because I needed to get to at least level 100 or so. So I leveled him up. I have it all, everything I got, and I did not realize that I had almost 250 equivalent of sacred water, and I leveled up Piccolo, and I was just like, oh shit, I leveled up Piccolo to 226 or something. Great. But yeah, like I like the thing that you could choose a party before Piccolo and Gohan, right? But I hate the fact that I had to fight hordes with Piccolo and Gohan both. So I had to fight 300 army guys for no reason. Unbelievable, dude. Frieza's army guys were like so weak. Hate it. Hate it with all my life. After that happened, we also had one more last fight that was Frieza versus Vegeta, or Frieza versus Goku. Which one was it? Oh, Frieza versus Goku, because Goku uses Kamehameha to kill Frieza. But yeah, that was the final fight of the game that I had. Again, alright. It wasn't anything special, because they could have done so much more with that DLC, but they didn't. And I'm sad with that. I genuinely am. What do you think about the game? It's a pretty average game, honestly. It's like 6 out of 10 for me. I think it's above average, but it's not like something I would play on a daily basis because it's just whatever. I hate the fact that I had to play it for a daily basis, or like 10 or 11 days now, because I had to get to the ending of the game. But I did. I did. And it wasn't fun. This was grind. And honestly, it was something. For an RPG game, it had a lot of stuff. For example, racing. Yeah, Goku raced with Piccolo. There was also the whole bungee jumping robot thing, which was also, what the hell was I watching? Well, not watching but playing, because I had this whole ass issue with this bungee jumping robot, which was a side quest. All right, I hated that side quest because like it's like the worst type of robot. You could upgrade vehicles, you could upgrade like you can cook meals. I just don't know. It just doesn't feel right when I'm playing Dragon Ball like this. Maybe some people will enjoy it. Again, I said it's all cool for you, but it just wasn't made for me. As somebody who has grew up playing old school Dragon Ball games. I played Dragon Ball on SNES once. I remember that. I think it's a Nintendo. I don't know which Nintendo's console that is, but yeah. I played Dragon Ball on that once. I played Dragon Ball Legacy of Goku 1, 2, and 3. I've played Dragon Ball Supersonic Warriors 1 and 2. I have played Dragon Balls Budokai, Budokai 2, Budokai 3, Budokai Tenkaichi, Budokai Tenkaichi 2, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Ultimate Tenkaichi, Raging Blast 1 and 2. I have also played Dragon Ball Burst Limit. That was the game I was thinking about. I played the worst game, Dragon Ball game, that is Dragon Ball Sagas. I played Dragon Ball Xenoverse as well. So, in general, all of these games I have enjoyed, except for Sagas, because that was just straight up shit. But yeah, in general, I enjoyed all of these Dragon Ball games. But the thing about them that all of them had common was that they didn't have like long cutscenes, or they didn't have stuff that would like prevent me from progressing my story, like a level up system or stuff like that, right? Xenoverse had that, but Xenoverse was also a create your own character type of situation. Not to mention, Xenoverse also cutscenes were not that long, except for like the final few cutscenes where you're fighting the main villain. So in general, I think when you compare Xenoverse's cutscene with this one, it's just way too less. And when you play the other Dragon Balls, you also realize those Dragon Balls also didn't have that many cutscenes. Ultimate Tenkaichi was not that good, but even that, I enjoyed that as well. All because it fits well, the whole fighting aspects, of the game. And that is where an RPG, you introduce this RPG element, right? Like open world RPG Dragon Ball game, right? Just doesn't fit well. Without to create a character there, it just doesn't fit well, right? Because you can create a character, it can be like I said, Dragon Ball Online, the MMORPG that I used to play back in the days. Something like that, it could fit very well with that. But having very specific characters only doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's just my opinion, though. It is what it is. If you guys enjoy the game, I have no right to take it away from you. You guys can still enjoy the game. Me personally, I don't think so I'll be getting back to this game unless and until I'm forced to play this game. And that's not happening. I'm not letting anybody force me to play this game. It's not happening ever again, please. Anyways, that is all I got for today. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. This video was about 2 hours long. It wasn't that long as Phoenix Wright, because again, this time I paced my video well and I decided that, yeah, this will be a better time to like actually do stuff. I'm also pretty sleepy because I've been recording at night time. I've been recording right now for almost 2 hours of talking stuff. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I really appreciated all the likes I got and all the views I got on the Phoenix Wright video, and I want to play more games like that. Next month will definitely be another Phoenix Wright video that I'll work on. But right now I want to play some chill games and I want to like complete them quickly. And most probably next week there are three games that one of the three games that I might upload after I upload Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. One of them is Gemini Rue, one of them is Company of Heroes, and the last one is Murderer's Game Over. So there are these three games that I have on my list right now. In general, I think this has been a grindy journey, but an enjoyable one from not at the end, but at the start. And also, I really had to wish Happy New Year to every one of you guys. All right, it's a bit late, but hey, it's New Year. It's still a New Year, right? I didn't get to wish you guys a Happy New Year because I was busy playing this game even on my New Year, and I wanted to make sure that you guys get it. Get this shit by at least the end of this week, and which you will most probably will be uploaded on the Sunday or Saturday, one of the two. I'm not sure when. Again, thank you everybody for Phoenix Wright views. I really appreciate it because usually I don't get that many views. It's usually around 50 to 60 when it comes to like long form videos. My short form videos always take off, but my long form videos usually don't. So it really appreciates me to know what you guys prefer, and this is definitely something that I can continue on building. Anyways, Until next week, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Until then, peace out, boys.